Hi y'all, I'm Tamara with I'd Rather Be Stitching. Welcome to my third FlossTube video. Before we start, I want to apologize for how late this video is. I'm trying to do them once a month, but I am at the mercy of everybody's schedule because I need my husband's phone and his expertise with the filming, and this girl here wanted to be in this video and I had to wait for her schedule to clear so that she could join me. So, I apologize for how late it is. I will try to do them once a month.
And I apologize as well, because I kept delaying it.
So, y'all, this is our youngest daughter, Gabrielle.
Hi!
We call her Gabby. She is the only active crafter in our family, other than myself. We do have...
Semi-active.
Semi-active, yes. She's the most active of all the other crafters, because my mother and my mother-in-law, they don't craft anymore, because... age, I guess, I don't know. But and then I have another daughter who used to crochet, but she's been real busy lately, so I don't think she does anymore. And my daughter-in-law hopefully will become a cross stitcher.
I bought her a Nightmare Before Christmas little cross stitch motif set for her birthday this year. And I think she's done one of them.
She did one entire thing the day that she got it. So they came over here to celebrate her birthday.
She was really excited about it, which made me happy.
So she finished one that night. Hopefully she will become a cross stitcher, but she does have two young children that she takes care of, obviously, because she's the mom. But so we're hoping that she will become a cross stitcher, but only time will tell that. So this is Gabrielle. She is my crafting buddy. And so today we're going to start with FFOs, and she's going to show hers too since she hasn't been on the other two videos. So do you want to start?
Sure, I could start. I also do embroidery and friendship bracelets, which are technically floss, so I count it as...
And we crochet and sometimes knit. We will do crochet in the future. There was a lot more to prepare for that one, and we didn't want to do it on this video. So a different video, we will do the crochet stuff.
So the first cross stitch that I ever actually completed was this little dragonfly. It's from Many More Minis by Leisure Arts. And I did this little frame thing myself. My mom has like a miter box and wood paint that I did the purple with. And the pattern had the dragonfly as a really ugly brown, so I changed all of the colors. But yeah, that's the first thing I ever completed. The next one is a pattern of Howl and Calcifer from Howl's Moving Castle. And that I gave to my sister. It was a belated birthday gift, and that was by Cross Stitch KSU on Etsy. But they no longer are selling anything on Etsy. Like, the shop is closed, so I don't think you can even get the pattern anymore. And then
and we're going to insert a picture of that.
Yeah,
right here.
And then the next one I finished is called City Cat, and I think it's by a Ukrainian shop, Maya Stitch, MIYA Stitch, on Etsy, and I did that on white Aida, and we'll put that picture in later too. I gave that one to my brother, and then I didn't actually stitch this one. This was an unknown kit. My grandmother stitched it. I just put it in the frame. I stained the frame, put it in the frame. And I'm supposed to attach a little hook on it so I can hang it from a wall, but I haven't yet. And that's actually all of my finished for cross stitch. Everything else is in progress. But I do have one finished embroidery. It's this teacup and flowers. For this pattern, I actually took 3 different patterns off of the DMC website. They have a bunch of free embroidery patterns. There's the Liberty porcelain cup is for the cup. And then for the 2 bundles of flowers, they were from 2 different patterns. One called Burst of Summer and one called Spring Explosion. And I just drew the heart myself.
And Frankensteined it all together for my birthday.
For her birthday, yes.
Which was lovely because I had a tea party, birthday party.
And this is the only embroidery I've ever completed. And then I have friendship bracelets I started making recently. I've made one for my friend as a Hanukkah gift. And it's a sunshine pattern. I got it off of braceletbook.com. It's number 29711 by Soda Pop. And we'll put that picture in later. And then I also, for myself, I made this little tiny thing.
What are those on it? Strawberries?
They're little strawberries. And I couldn't find the pattern for it. I worked it off of a picture. I know it came from braceletbook.com, but I found it on Pinterest, and I couldn't actually find a link to the pattern, unfortunately. But that is all of my FFOs. So, over to you.
Okay, so are we going to show the...
Oh, yeah.
So we made needle books. I think that's upside down. Oops, yeah, okay. We made needle books. I don't know when, but we use these
a while ago.
Yeah.
What? Oh, mine's upside down too.
But we use these for our stitching and embroidery and stuff like that to hold our needles and accoutrement.
And I did like a red felt inside
Oh.
with Star Wars. There's pockets. I have like buttons in here. I've never used the buttons in here, but it's charming to have.
Mine's just red, and I have junk in the pockets too.
This is the first time I ever sewed a button, so that was fun. I really liked doing this. It was neat.
And then with the, I showed y'all one project bag that I made in the last video, but I really like having them. Not so much making them, but having them and the fact that I did make it. So I've made 2 more. I have this one with a snowman on it. And
did you show this one?
No.
Oh, okay. She made this one for me. I really love it. I'm using it for my current whip that I've been focusing on.
Which you'll see later.
And also she made me this little, she calls it a project pal. And she made it like super quick. She made it in like 30 minutes one day.
Yeah, just no sew, just
with
glue.
Like it was like a styrofoam tray we have a whole pack of, and she just like glued it. But it's really handy because it keeps all my things together.
I made one for me too, and the reason is because I saw someone else had these little, I think they called them Project Pals, that they were selling on Etsy with bags. But I needed one with the felt inside because my orts, I have a little table that I use when I stitch, and the orts kept flying off into the floor, and I'd find them like everywhere. So I just threw these together with some junk we already had in the craft room, and now the orts stay
put. And she
put.
surprised me with it one day. She's like, one of them's for you.
Yay.
I was like, yay.
But, oh, the bags, sorry. The bags, I did use the same tutorial from Elizabeth Ann Can Stitch on YouTube. And the needlebook tutorial was from Learn Create Sew, also on YouTube. So that's that. But I also have FFOs for this video. So the first one I finished was this Autumn Splendor hand towel. And I finished it right away, probably within a few days of the last video, because I really wanted to hang it in the kitchen. So it hung there for all of actually, it hung there all of October and November. This was not a...
We were not permitted to use it as a towel.
No, this was a decoration.
Hands were not to touch the towel.
Not a towel, just a decoration. So that one hung there. And then the next one was this one I told y'all about, I think in the first video. This is a pattern that my mom made for me. This was this was the second pattern she made for me when I was a kid, and I had done pretty much everything except the words and all the back stitching. So I just finished it one day. It took me a couple hours because it started in the wrong color and had to rip it all out. But then I fully finished it in this frame, and this is my granddaddy that I was stitching it for, and he was, this is when he was a fighter pilot, but he actually retired Brigadier General from the Air Force. He's dead now, but I thought this was like a little nice memorial piece. So I did that, and then I fully finished the Hold Fast sampler that I had shown y'all. Hopefully there's not a glare on it. But
that was for Sampler September?
This was Sampler September. I finished it at the beginning of October, but I couldn't fully finish it because I kept trying to get a frame, and all the sorry y'all, all of the wood frames that I wanted, the color of wood that I wanted was sold out. So I got this one thinking it might be okay. It was like a gray, what you call it, like a rustic gray look. Well, when it came in, because I ordered it, when it came in, it looked not great. I didn't like it at all, to be honest. So I got some of my husband's stain from the garage, and I stained it myself. And the first time it didn't work. It didn't take.
Oh,
so yeah, it was weird. So I had to sand it all down and do it again after it was sanded. And then I had to do it a third time because it was like streaky. So now it is officially done. And now I have to find a place to hang it because I've never hung anything in my house that I've made. So that's exciting. That's my first one. Okay, now we're going on to new starts.
New starts? I don't think mine are technically new starts.
Okay, so I have 2 new start, new finishes. I made turkeys for a couple of our kids who couldn't come for Thanksgiving this year. So I found a free pattern on Pinterest, and I didn't get all the information for it. And I did this weeks ago, and when I just went back to get the information this morning so I could tell y'all what it was, I couldn't find it. So I have no idea. All I know is it was a free pattern on Pinterest, and I made 2 of them, and I used a tutorial for making little things into cards. I used a video that Katkin and Lily had up for turning things into cards, and we'll put a picture here of the 2 cards I made for my kids. They were done on 14 count fiddler's cloth, and there was only 6 colors. It was all DMC. They were really quick, and I think I did them in like 3 days. I think I totally finished everything in like 3 days. So that was one new start, new finish. This is another new start, new finish. This is a kit that I got on Amazon. The company is Povatrulia. It's Ukraine. I'm not sure if I'm saying that right. If I butchered it, I apologize. But this is a kit that I got, and I did. Let me put this behind it because it's going to show through. I finished the actual stitching of it, but when I went to do the border where you sew the pieces together to make it into a bookmark, I don't really like how this looks, and I know there's other ways that you can finish them and make them into a bookmark, and I need to put something between the 2 layers because even though it's 2 layers thick, all the stitching is shown through the back, and I didn't really want it to look like that. So it's not fully finished yet, but I did finish the kit. It's a lovely little pattern, and I'm going to leave a review on the kit itself on, I think on Amazon and Etsy, or no, on Instagram and Amazon. She asked me to leave a review of the kit. So it was nice. It was fun to stitch. It was quick. The pattern was easy to read. I really liked it, so I just have to fully finish it before I leave the review because I didn't think it would look good to put a half-finished thing up and be like, hey, I loved it, but I didn't finish it. So the other thing that I have that's a new start is it's a peacock biscornu. I don't know if I'm saying that right. It's a pin cushion. It's a weird 8-sided pin cushion. This is the little tiny baby start that I have. I will have to put a picture up of what it's going to look like because I don't have one right here. But this is going to be on, well, this is Lugana 25 count. The color is blue steel. This is my first Lugana ever. Stitching over 2 threads is completely new to me. It takes a lot of attention, which I'm not used to having to pay that much attention when I stitch. So that's why it's only a little baby start.
And she only started a couple days ago.
Yes.
To be fair.
To be fair. But it is for a stitch along that Melissa from Patchy Pony Stitcher is doing with somebody she knows. And I tried to look the other lady up on Instagram. I couldn't find her, so I don't know her information. But it's a free pattern. The Biscornu Peacock is a free pattern that I found on gather.how. Gather.how. Words, am I right? Okay. The designer is Fabi Riley. This is all DMC. It's 15 colors, and the stitch along, if y'all want to join it, is hashtag Pretty Peacock Sal, and you can do any peacock you want. It started November 1st, I think. I just started it a couple days ago, but I did check with her. It is still going. So y'all can join us if you like peacocks. I sure do. So that's my first Lugana. That's interesting. I like the way it feels, but like I said, it's kind of hard remembering to count over 2 threads every time when I'm not used to doing that. And now, whips.
Oh, whips. Okay. I think, okay, I have something that I think qualifies, what is it, a UFO, if you're not going to finish it?
Yeah. UFO.
Okay, I have a UFO. This is the first ever cross-stitching endeavor I ever started.
And
she bought me a little store-bought, like
for
from
kids.
Walmart.
It's a little cheapy
for kids.
Yeah.
This is as far as I ever got. She got it for me when I was like 5 or 7 or something like that.
So really long time ago.
This is a really long time ago. I've now at this point lost probably half of the threads that came with it.
Mm-hmm.
So even if I wanted to finish it, I don't think I could.
You could just pick your own colors.
I could, but I'm probably not going to.
Because it's chibi, and she's more mature than that.
Anyway, yeah. So that's my UFO. I have some other works in progress that I still intend to finish. They despite the amount of time they've been sitting in my drawer. Unfinished.
She's a new college girl, so she's been real busy. It's her first semester in college.
And I have a lot of crafts and stuff that I like to do. This is going to be a Mandalorian type, a Mandalorian cross stitch. It comes in like a set of 2. One was like a Baby Yoda, one was a Mandalorian. I'm sorry, Grogu. And one was a Mandalorian.
I almost called him Grugo.
And it was by Nikki Pattern on Etsy. And I'm doing it on black Ada, 14 count. That's all I've ever stitched on.
Not black, but 14
But
count.
14 count. Yeah. And it's called Star Characters, I believe the pattern is called. And then
And we'll put a picture in for what that's going to look like because she doesn't have one printed.
Yeah, and I have not made much progress on it for it to be discernible what it is.
Our attention lies elsewhere right now.
I have another...
Which is, here, put it on this so it doesn't show through.
Another work in progress that has also been in my drawer for a while, not worked on.
You can tell by the fold creases.
Yeah, yep, it's been folded up for a while. But this one is called Sea Voyage by Cross Stitch TR. It's on...
Is that upside down?
No.
Okay.
It's on Fiddler's Cloth.
Sorry.
14 count Ada. And I have not worked on it in a while because I haven't felt like it.
It was supposed to be for a gift.
It was supposed to be for a gift. And then I let it go for like a year. And now it's been 2 years.
And you know friendships with kids
it's just
wax and wane.
Well, he's not into pirates anymore. So
kids. Am I right?
That
No, we need that.
that is my
Yeah,
whips.
don't do that one yet. We'll do
Oh,
that.
I'm not. Okay, I'm not doing
Yeah,
that. That was a surprise.
Yeah, that was a surprise. That's the one we told you about last video.
but-
Was plans.
Well, I have. That was my cross stitch whips.
So
But I have a.
Do you need this?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay.
I have an embroidery whip.
Yes.
That was also started a couple years ago and not made much progress on. This was a winter stitch along.
Which we're both
It's
doing.
called Winter Splendor, from
Stitch
StitchDoodles.com. And I did not get very far on it.
I didn't either.
And then it's been sitting in the closet on a hoop, as you can probably tell.
Because
for a
as I
while.
said, it doesn't stay winter very long
It does
here.
not stay.
So stitching for winter doesn't last long.
And then I have an in-progress friendship bracelet. I don't know if you could tell, but it's someday going to be a skull. This is all I've gotten on it. I started like a couple months ago, did a little bit on it, and haven't worked on it since because I've been so busy with everything. So, and that's supposed to be for a friend of mine. If she's watching this, I'm sorry.
So, all right. This is the Peaceful Shores that I've been working on. As I told y'all, this is a gift. It's been a long time coming. I have made actually quite a bit of progress this last couple of months. I've done a whole lot of the sky in here. I filled it in, and I started the back stitching once it got to be dark out because I can't see. Because this is all tent stitched with one thread and they're light colored, I can't really see them at night. Well, I can now because I have a new light, but prior to that I couldn't, so I started the back stitch once it was dark outside. So I made a lot of progress on this. I've worked almost solely on this because I'm approaching the deadline and I keep looking for an excuse to push that deadline back. And I just haven't been able to come up with a legit one that takes away the guilt. So I'm working on that one diligently. My next one, which I've gotten behind on because of working on the Peaceful Shores, this is the Castle Homecoming stitch along I showed y'all. I love this one. It's super fun to work on because of all the bright colors, the little motifs. But I started this dragon, and because I decided to change the colors of the dragon, I forgot the color I changed it to. I stitched all of his belly in the wrong color, and I had to rip it out, and it looks like it's no big deal, but that was like 400 stitches, and once I ripped it out, my heart broke, and I put it in stitchy gel for, well, it's still there, to be honest.
I can't help but feel somewhat responsible, seeing as I help her pick colors when she changes colors in her cross stitch. She asked for my help because I have very keen eyes for color.
Yes.
And I had suggested this green, and then she went along her merry way and apparently forgot which which green I had said.
Yeah, no, I just forgot which one it was because there's 3 or 4 greens in the kit.
Choosing the extra accent colors, she's like, "Why do these look so bad together?"
Yeah, they looked awful.
And I'm like, "Mama, you used the wrong green."
But she was
and
at
I felt
school
so
the day I did it.
bad.
So.
I felt so bad that she had to take all of it out.
She's like, "Oh, Mom, you did the wrong green. That's why it looks so bad." And I was like, "Oh, jeez." So I had to rip out 400 stitches, which I resent. So I just stuck it in gel, and it's still there. I did try to take it out of gel and start the proper color, but that is when I realized I really should be working on the other one that's for a present because I don't know if I'm gonna get done on time, but it is what it is. But I love stitching this. This is the as a reminder, it is the Castle Homecoming Salve by the Frosted Pumpkin Stitchery. It is still currently in progress, but I am way behind. But, you know, that's where I live. I live way behind. So, that's that one. But, now, for our last whip.
I just realized I forgot to say the pattern for the skull friendship bracelet that I'm doing is also off of Bracelet Book. It's number 16099 by C. Willard.
C. Willard. All right, so the last whip that we have is one that we're doing together. This is the one I told y'all last time was our upcoming plans. We're very excited about it. This is the Wandering in Middle Earth stitch along. He calls it a stitch your own adventure because it also has a little story that goes with it. This is Middle Earth, so obviously the first part of it is a hobbit hole and a tree, and these are
this is mine.
Yep.
I don't have as much progress as her,
but they're different.
Tree. We chose
different
two
elements.
different trees.
Yep.
So there was like a summer, spring, fall tree.
Yep.
So and then with or without decorations. And
yep.
I picked the summer tree. She picked the spring.
And I'm doing with decorations the birthday lanterns because this is supposed to be for the Hobbit birthday party. But I did change the color of the lanterns because two of the lanterns, one was pink. And I can't remember what it was, but I changed the colors.
I think there was a green one.
I have
the
green one.
I don't know.
I think the purple was very light. The purple was way too light, so I made the purple darker, and I got rid of the pink lantern because the pink lanterns just blended right into the tree. But this is for that.
Oh, and this was originally 14 count fiddler's cloth Ada, but I tea dyed mine.
Oh yeah, no, this too. This was white Ada.
Well, that was white Ada.
Which I tea dyed.
I tea dyed mine.
Hers looks way better.
And like smeared tea grounds on it.
Yeah.
All crumpled up to get like some
parchment.
Yeah, to get a parchment effect.
Old parchment effect.
Like an old map.
Yeah, it didn't really work so well on mine. The tea kept dripping out of the fabric. So when I would come back to check its dryness, there would be no dye, and I was like, what?
The white unfortunately didn't take as well
to
it.
Which is weird because I dyed this one myself, but I used a gray Rit dye for this one, and this was white Ada, so it really took on this one, but I guess the Rit just worked better for me than the tea dye.
It didn't come out as dark as you wanted it.
Yeah, I wanted it darker, but I think it's gonna look good anyway.
But then you did the
Oh yeah, I did this other weird method. When the tea kept coming out, I did this other dye method where you take acrylic paint and you dilute it a lot in water and you add paint medium or something, I don't remember. But you add something to it and then you dip it in that, and that is when I finally was able to get some color in it.
And that was just like the store-bought
generic
artist loft or whatever.
Yeah, 50 cents a
from
bottle.
Walmart.
Yeah. So that actually did work some, but still I wanted it darker, but by then I had tried like 3 or 4 times and I was over it. I just was ready to stitch.
Good. I think it looks good.
But I love it. I love this. And so that leads us into haul, which part of the haul, I don't normally buy these special needle minders because all the ones we have are ones I made except for the one Hanukkah one I bought. But these, I wanted to, because this is going to be a long stitch along. This background part was released on September 1st. There's 6 parts that will be released. The first one releases January 1st. And then
this was like the introduction.
Yeah, the introduction.
And then chapter 1 will release
on January 1st. And then after that, every chapter will release every 2 months. But there's only 6, so it's not supposed to be done until the end of 2024. So since it's a long project and I knew that going in, I wanted to celebrate it with some special needle minders. This one, I don't know if you can tell because it's so little, but it has Gandalf and what's his name, Bilbo or Frodo? Which one is this? It could be either. It could be either. But it has a little hobbit with Gandalf. This one I really liked. I got it from...
And it's cute because on the back, they put a button over the magnet on the back, which I really like. It's very charming.
So that's from Magpie's Minders on Etsy. And then hers, I picked this one and surprised her with it. She loves
as an early Hanukkah gift. I was very excited about it. I love this quote. This is one of my favorite quotes. My favorite poem. And it says, "Not all who wander are lost."
So I found that one, and I got that one for her from Birch Glow Fiber Arts, also on Etsy. So these were part of our haul. I also got the blue Lugana, which I already showed you. I got
Did you get the light? No, sure the light.
oh, I forgot. Can you
I'll
grab it? She's gonna grab that. But I also got the I got fabric for the back of a pillow. I'm gonna show you. That's plans that I have, is to make this little pillow that I've been threatening my husband with for years. So I'm gonna make a pillow for him. So I got the back for that, and the rest of the fabric is gonna be for more of these project bags, because I'm now addicted to them. And we have tons of fat quarters and stuff.
She's all like, "Oh, Gabby, choose some material for a project bag," and I'm like, "I don't need a project bag." And she's like, "Yeah, you need a project bag that'll fit," because I use the craft boxes to organize my floss for my work in progress.
That's how we do our work in progress.
I never even knew about the floss drops until she started getting into all this.
I didn't know about the floss drops until I got into this.
I like the boxes. I like the boxes.
I do too. When there's a lot of colors, I like the boxes.
These ones that she made aren't big enough to hold the boxes.
And
they
have to be a lot
She's like,
bigger.
"Yeah, pick out some fabric, Gabby, so you can make." And I'm like, "Oh, I didn't even know I was doing that. I guess I'm doing that then."
I'll make the bags though, but I needed more fabric because, like I said, we had a lot of fat quarters that were really cute, but I didn't have coordinating fabrics for all of them. So I got some black fabric because a lot of them are. There's a lot of Star Wars fabrics, and black will go with all of those. So I got that. Also, I just recently, when I started watching FlossTube, found out about the floss drops. And when I got the Castle Homecoming, it had the floss drops for it. That's the first time I've ever used them properly, we'll say. Because I did use the project card, or the floss cards, whatever they call them, that come with some kits. I've used those before. But I hated it because I didn't know the trick where you could just take one thread out. So I would untie the whole honk of floss. I would get one strand, retie the whole thing, and I just didn't like that at all. And then I learned a trick with take a needle and get one string, and I'm like, oh, well, that's easy. So then I fell in love with the floss drops because of the Castle Homecoming, and I'm like, oh, I want to do this for everything. But I don't have floss drops. So meantime, I was like, I'll just put everything in these floss bags and hang it from a little thingy. No, I did that a few months ago. I changed my whole system to that. My whole DMC stash.
All of her floss. And I've numbered bags that you just have to flip through and flip through and flip through. No.
I've done that.
I'm so tired of it.
We hate it.
I'm begging her to go back to boxes so I can just open the box and see all the colors.
Yeah,
because she has me go, when she wants to substitute colors, she doesn't like the original color that the pattern comes with. She has me choose them.
Which apparently I do a lot. I substitute colors a lot more than I realized until I overhauled my entire floss system to these bags. I didn't realize how much I changed colors.
Every time she starts a new project, practically, she sends me, Gabby, can you find me a better shade of brown? And I'm like, can you fix your organization system?
It's terrible. So I decided to overhaul the whole storage system for the floss. But we had already taken the boxes that we had, the clear boxes, and decided they were all now part of our Wandering in Middle Earth SAL, because it takes three for that because there's so many floss colors.
Yeah. So all of our boxes were being used
because of all these whips have their own stash of boxes with floss in it. So I'm like, I don't have any more boxes. So I had to go buy 3 more. That was some of the haul. And then this cutie little light, which clips right onto my hoop and it shines right there on the fabric where I need it, because I tried buying a different light. I got the kind that goes around your neck and you light it up. It's really cool. It works great. The only problem is my husband said it puts a glare on the TV from his side.
It's like wearing a spotlight. Yeah. I tried it out last night and I didn't like it.
Well,
it's like wearing a spotlight, and I'm like, ah.
But it has a warm light. You can make it a cool light, a warm light, or medium. So I like that, and it had like 5 brightnesses of it, which I thought was really cool. But like I said, from his angle of the TV, apparently he's got like headlights
reflected like a glare on the TV.
So I had to get a different one, and this one, I think it's supposed to be a book light. I got it from Walmart, but I've been using it for a couple days now. It works really well, and I like it a lot. So that is the other part of the haul. The only other haul is I did get some, I ordered some stamped cross-stitch projects, whether the whole kit, which I've never ordered before, but I have been watching Jill somebody or other on FlossTube. I'm sorry, Jill somebody. I don't remember the name. Maybe I'll remember to have my husband put her information on the screen. But I've been watching her. She does a lot of reviews for stamped cross-stitch projects, which I didn't know that all that dye washed out until, y'all probably think I'm really dumb, but I have led a very sheltered existence in cross-stitch because people give me stuff. They like fabric pattern books, like entire books of patterns. So much stuff has been gifted to me over the years that I literally have a ginormous bin full of stuff, and I'm like, I want to cross stitch something different, and I'll just dig through the bin and find it. Or if I see a pattern on Etsy, I'll buy the pattern on Etsy, but then I'll use fabric and floss for my stash. So like the entire world of stuff that has opened up for me since watching FlossTube is just astounding. So I thought that dye stayed in the fabric, and you just had to stitch over it and hope for the best that it wouldn't show through. And then I watched this one chick on FlossTube, and she was like, yeah, I'm going to show y'all. I don't trust it's going to come out, but we're going to try it. And lo and behold, it all washed out. I was like, what? So now I'm really into the stamped cross stitch. Right, thank you. Yeah, bless my heart. So, so I placed an order for Black Friday from VIP, I think it's called VIPcrossstitch.com. I don't know where it's coming from, but I got 4 kits. I'm really excited about trying them, and when they're here, I will show you. But I'm still counting it as haul because I'm so excited about them. All right. Moving on. Oh, plans.
Plans.
I have plans.
Oh, okay. I don't
so
have
many
plans.
She doesn't have plans.
I don't have plans.
So, I watch Cross Stitch the Globe. Sisters. They just had a FlossTube video recently, and her birthday is in January, and they are doing a birthday sal for her. It is a princess sal. So.
Oh, stitch along.
Stitch along, yeah.
I'm not down with the lingo.
So they're doing a princess one. You can do any princess you want, or castle, because obviously a princess would live there, or fairy, because the fairies are probably all secretly princesses, of course. But whatever, the point is they're doing a princess stitch along in January for Allison's birthday, and I picked a pattern called Wind Moon Fairy, and we'll put a picture here. It's on Etsy. I haven't bought it yet, but I'm still in the process of picking a fabric for it because this is the first thing I've actually planned ahead for. Like I said, normally when I want to start something, I just go grab some stuff from my bin and I start it. But this one I'm planning ahead for, and I'm really excited. I love this Wind Moon Fairy. I love it. So I was trying to find a fancy fabric for it. I was on, what is that alchemy one? The color alchemy. Chromatic alchemy, thank you. So I was on the Chromatic Alchemy website looking at all their glorious fabrics, and they have so many. But this is a ginormous piece apparently, and it's going to be like $30 for a piece of fabric, and maybe that's not a lot to other people, but to me I'm like, what? It's like one piece of fabric, and what if I mess it up? That's a lot. So
have you ever messed up a fabric beyond use?
not beyond use, but you know, if you rip stuff out like 2 or 3 times in the same place, as I just learned on the stinking tree.
I know, I did that on my pirate ship a few times with the quarter stitches.
There's
There's quarter stitches all over that pattern. That's part of why I haven't finished it. Because the whole body of the ship is almost nothing but quarter stitches in it.
And it's on Ada, so she has to like stab right into the middle every time.
It is terrible.
But I think that's a definite upside to
I've never had to do quarter stitches before that.
Yeah, and that one's crazy full of quarter stitches. But anyway, I really want to do this Wind Moon Fairy, and I'm contemplating getting some fabric from them. But like I said, because it's a really big piece, I might just wuss out and get a generic piece of Ada and some Rit dye and do my own thing. Because actually, I already have gray and blue, and I want to do like a night sky with grays and blues of the Rit dye. I might just go ahead and get some white Ada and dye it myself. But that's my plan. Obviously, it's not a definite plan, fully formed. It's like 11% of a plan.
I just remembered you know, my FFOs that I was going to bring up that I didn't really work on that we gave away and never got pictures of.
Batman.
There were 2 other projects that I did when I was really little. I did. They were gifts for my friends for their birthdays. One of them was a little kit with like best friends, something like that, that I gave to my friend. She did most of the work.
She started it, but she was running out of time, and I'm like, here, let me just.
And then there was like a Batman pattern that I did almost nothing on. She did most of the work. We gave to my friend from me. And we never got pictures of them.
No, like I told you, I'm terrible about getting pictures for stuff. I'm trying to be better now, but. So yeah, I also have other patterns. People out there might be like, oh yeah, I remember when she made me such and such. If that happens, y'all, could you just let me know and send me a picture of it, and I'll include it in the future. But anyway, so that is all we have. But before I go, I do want to mention some other floss tubers that I've been watching. I know I did this before, but I threw that list out, so if I've repeated some, I apologize. So 2 that I like that aren't new, but they're new to me, are the Keystone Stitcher and the Patchy Pony Stitcher. They're both, I don't know, they have like 50 some videos, FlossTube videos or something like that. But they're new to me, and I really have been enjoying them. Other ones that I like that are new are Licking Floss, Dark Cross Stitch, Hannah Wollstonehome. The dog is just...
The dog just walked out of her sweater.
Sorry, Dark Cross Stitch, Licking Floss, Hannah Wollstonehome. I apologize if I say your name wrong. And Head in the Books. Head in the Books has a lot of other videos, but this is only, I think she's only done 5 FlossTube videos, so she's new at the FlossTube. But those are some that I've been enjoying. If you've never heard of them, you can pop over there and check them out. I did work on crochet, as the dog just reminded me. I did work on crochet this month. I was making her sweaters, and I'm not
because she's a little chihuahua.
And
poor dog is shivering all the time, and it's so bad in the winter. We feel so bad taking her outside. She's quivering in her poor little boots.
So this is our chihuahua. Her name is Mixie. She's really old. She's like 12.
13.
I think she's 12 and human, but so that makes her really old and not human. But I made her a little 96. Sweater. But I'm not very good at crocheting, so the neck hole is huge.
and as we've just seen,
she just walked out of it.
She just eventually gets her front paws out of the paw holes and
just walks right out. So she just disrobed, but I'm in the process of making a 3rd one. This is actually the 2nd one I made for her. So in the 3rd one, I have made the neck hole.
Tailoring it a little better.
Yeah, I made a smaller neck hole. But this is her, and so you can see she's shivering, even though it's like 65 degrees. But yeah, bless her heart. So I'm going to make her some more clothes that will hopefully fit her better. So that's another work in progress.
Man, she just started the next sweater for the dog a few days ago, and I was trying to help her because I do the amigurumi, and I'm used to doing stuff in the round,
which I don't
she doesn't do as
I'm
much
terrible
stuff
in the round. You can see. Hold on. I don't know if you can see it. This is the round, and the line kind of goes off to the side.
That's just how it happens sometimes.
It's
Anyway,
terrible. I don't know why.
she was doing her start, trying to she had done her chain stitch and was trying to connect it around, and I was trying to help her, but I'm left-handed, and I crochet left-handed.
Yeah.
So we sat there with our TV show paused. My father, bless his heart, patience of a saint, while we were like
trying to figure out how to go
both
from left-handed to right-handed.
collectively losing our minds trying to get this thing to connect right.
We did now, so I have like 2 or 3 rows done, but that I put that aside to get some more stitching done before the video, so maybe I'll have that sweater done by the next one. But anyway, thank you all for joining us today. We had a good time.
It was fun.
Please like and subscribe. And oh, I do have an Instagram account also called I'd Rather Be Stitching, so if you're not already checking me out over there, feel free to check me out.
Next time I'll probably have a little crochet section at the end, because I love to crochet. That's like my thing. I like to crochet.
I like crocheting too, but if it's not a square, I'm not as good at it as she is. I can crochet a square really well.
I don't crochet squares and rows and stuff. I've never done like anything normal. I just do in the round.
But thank you for joining us.
See you next time.
Bye, y'all.